Hello and great day to each and every one of you. I'm encouraged and excited that you've decided to continue learning to improve your life. My name is Robert Kintai, your instructor, and today's great lecture is about discovering your worth, your mission, and your best ever. So sit back, get comfortable, grab a pen, pencil, or paper, and let's get ready to learn the 10 essential steps for success now. I love this quote by Winston Churchill. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. And you know, folks, that's exactly what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. You know, really, extraordinary people are ordinary people just like you and me who take extraordinary steps. And really, that drive to be able to continue through adversity really makes or breaks a person. So I want you to kind of keep that in mind as we continue to go on in these 10 essential steps for success, the lectures, and everything that we have offered here for you. So let's dive into the lesson. So why do people fail to plan? You know, it's tricky and it's, you know, a little harsh reality wake up, but I'm going to tell you this much. Most people fail to plan because they think they can wing it. Can you imagine if I didn't have a lesson plan put together and I didn't have these slides and the music or anything else, and I said, you know what, whatever goes on, goes on. I wouldn't want you to trust me if I did that. The problem is that we would have no roadmap, no flight plan, if you will, to get to where we're going to. So, you know, it's really important not to wing it. The second thing is ignorance. They think, well, it's the way to do it. You know, I don't know any other way. Well, that's always true until you learn something, right? So we learn to quit trying to, you know, just do whatever. Being overconfident is a problem too. It's good to be confident. It's another thing to be overconfident. You know, you think that things can't fail or go wrong. They can. So keep that in mind. You know, it's good to be confident. Don't get too overconfident because your mind will play tricks on you. Some people are just charmed, and that means that they can do things without planning. But let me tell you something. Those people are 1 in a million, 1 in 10 million. It's not normal. So if you can't do it, don't think that you're not special, because I didn't say they're special people. They're just not normal people. They have this, you know, if you will, special ability, but, you know, it's not what most people can do. And then the last thing is, this is the one where I got to be real harsh with you if this is you. They don't care enough. If you care enough, you are always going to plan so you can succeed. So let's get into something, you know, we're going to briefly touch on it now, and then as the lectures go on, in fact, I'm even probably going to create you, excuse me, a special video just on this, but what is your worth? You know, I see a lot of people that complain about not having things, not being able to accomplish things, not getting too much. They barely got any at all, right? Well, that's because life's going to pay you what you ask of it. And I'm going to teach you how to ask for as much as you can handle. Don't ask for little because you think that's easier to get. You know, I've done that in so many situations when I was younger, and guess what I got? Exactly what I asked for. When I turned around and started asking for more, and I'm not talking greed. You know, if you're a greedy person, you're going to have to work on that immediately. Greed will be the end of you. It won't be the beginning of you. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't know any greedy people, both personally, professionally, or people out there in the universe, right? People like stars and stuff. Anybody that's greedy, it always leads to their demise. So why do we start with what you're worth? I mean, this is only lecture 2. I gave you an intro video, gave you an understanding of what we're going to do here, and I jump right into teaching you about what is your worth. I think from day 1, meaning from the first day you start this course, you need to learn what you're worth. Because when you begin to understand that, then you're going to have to change how you're getting there. Your whole game plan's got to change because you no longer think you're worth 10 bucks an hour. You know, when I started, you know, as a young child, I mean, I lived in LA. I was glad if I was getting $3 to $5 an hour from this apartment manager that we knew. $3 to $5, that's it. You know, and then maybe it was $5 to $6, and you know, now I'm 18, and if I'm making $10, and you know, I didn't really ask for very much. Well, luckily for me, at a young age, at 19, I said, you know what, I'm worth $1 million, and I'm going to figure out how to get paid that $1 million. Expand your thought process. Ask what you're really worth, and then guess what's going to happen? You're going to get paid it. You may have a job, and I understand your boss is going to pay in that position what it's worth. But don't let your boss define what you're worth. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that most people make. Why? Well, you know, and we're going to talk about this more and more. You're either building your dream or somebody else's. And when you're building somebody else's dream, he or she has a job to do. They need to get the best job done for the best price possible that they can. Now, most people realize, don't pay somebody that's worth $100, $5. That's stupid. You're going to get what you deserve, okay? But they may not pay you the $100. They may pay you $20. You feel great about it, right? You're getting paid more than most of your friends, your buddies, your colleagues. So you go, hey, damn, pretty good. Don't settle for that. Your boss only gets to define you for what they're going to pay you right now. From the future on, though, it's all about you and it's all into your hands, okay? And remember, the theme of this is, you know, start with what you're worth. And that's what we have to do from day one, okay? I'm sorry about that. So how do you start to form an opinion about your worth? Well, you first start with a number, and not a close number, a number that you really are going to have to do everything in your power to stretch and reach to grab. Because if you make it easy, what's the point? Okay, we're not here to make it easy for you. We want grades. So we start with a number. Maybe right now you're making $8 an hour and you can't even really pay the bills. I understand. I've been there myself. So it might be tough for you right now to go, well, I really want to make $25 an hour. But the problem is I'm a dishwasher, or I'm a landscaper, or I'm a secretary. Whatever your job title is, let's not focus on that, okay? We're going to figure out what it's going to take to get us to 25, 50, 100, 200, $300. Folks, I'm here to tell you, I've actually been paid $300 an hour, and so can you. So keep that in mind, okay? And lastly on this topic, I want to talk to you about education, how it defines you. Now, I don't want to go too much in detail. A lot of these lectures I try to keep, about 8 to 12 minutes a piece. The lecture itself is about 5 to 10 minutes, but I don't want to put too much into you at each lecture, because the whole point is, let's do a lecture, turn it off, spend some time with what we've learned, our notes, let's make some notes for ourselves, and then we want you to charge ahead. But here's the thing. You say, should I go to college? We're going to talk about more about that later, but maybe. Should I be reading books? First of all, I'm going to tell you yes. You should try to read, and get good at reading, including, if you can, speed reading courses. Read 2 books a month, 3 books a month. And I'm going to give you a little clue to how I've done it over the years. Some books I read start to finish. Other ones, you're going to be surprised what I do with those. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. But here's the thing. Education is going to define you. Now, if you've ever read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know that Rich Dad was an entrepreneur and Poor Dad was overeducated or highly educated. And highly educated in some circles, meaning maybe college, doesn't always get you paid. But what it does for you is it does give you capabilities in order to make more money, but it's that entrepreneurial spirit that we ultimately would love to lead you towards. So, be careful how much you learn. Don't get too in depth in something. For instance, if you're not going to, be a doctor or a professor, a paralegal, whatever it is where you need some kind of degree for, don't keep trying to get higher and higher on that degree, okay? I don't even care on one hand, and I say this cautiously, you don't necessarily have to go and even to get a degree. There's a ton of great courses, in institutions across this world that can teach you specific things that you may need to learn. For instance, you may be bad at math or finance. Well, it may be murderous, but I suggest you go to a community college and take a couple classes. That'd be phenomenal for you. And it's hard for me to say, hey, go on to this platform, that platform, and learn finance. I don't always necessarily know that those people are right for you, so keep that in mind. So what the universe wants? Well, let me tell you something. Most people don't know this, but the universe really wants to give you plenty. Remember, don't be greedy. I'm not talking about that. But in order for us to do that, for us to go out and really discover who we are and to get to that best ever, we need to work on our mindset training. And only you know, because I don't personally know you. I'd love to. But only you know what kind of constitution that mind has. Do you constantly give in? Do you constantly break down and cry? Do you constantly give in to your fears? Well, if you're going to get what the universe wants for you, you're going to have to change that mindset. Focus, I know for a lot of people I talk to who struggle to be successful, their focus is terrible. They're on 20 things and not gaining one thing. When you sit down to do these classes, here's what I urge for you, and I'm going to say this almost throughout the whole course. Turn off your phone, lock the door, take care of the kids, get them off to school, whatever you have to do. If you're at work, let your people know that for the next 20 minutes, you're not available. Turn off everything, plug into this thing, spend your hard time focusing on it, and then move on. But don't sit here and try to do 10 things at once. Nobody is built like a computer except for a computer. So what does this mean? What is your mission? Why do I wrap all these things together? Here's the thing, and it's crazy. I know it's crazy, so don't get me wrong. But it also is paramount for you. You need to wake up every day with a theme in mind of who you are and where you're going. You're on a mission. It may be to, make your first $100,000. It may be that maybe you want to get that 4-year degree and then do something else. Only you know what it is that you want to accomplish. But here's the thing. Quit getting out of bed every day and doing whatever. It is ruining who you are as a person because it's holding you back and it's not giving you everything that you need. So I want you to understand that every day, get out of bed, get charged, and have a mission of what you're going to be doing each and every day of your life. And you know what's going to happen if you start doing these things that I'm teaching you about? If you just take lecture number 2 and interject those things that I've just given you in pieces, what you're going to start to do is you're going to start to live your best ever. You can't help it. If you put bad programming in a computer, you're going to get bad programming out. If you put good programming into a computer, guess what? That's right, folks. You get great programming out. And your brain is very similar to that. So I want you to learn that if we start doing these things, you may do one lecture a day, you may do 5 or 10. They're set up and designed for you to move as fast, slow, or as methodical as you want. But here's the point, folks. Start programming your mind and start getting your best ever. Oops. So here's what I want to say, folks. Until next time, I want you to take the lessons that I've just given you. I want you to interject them into your daily lives. Take some notes. Figure out how you're going to start working out some things. And go to work on grabbing your dreams and giving your best ever. It has been my pleasure to bring to you this lecture 2, number 8, to discover your worth, your mission, and your best ever. And until next time, keep reaching, keep stretching, and go after anything that you desire. This has been the 10 Essential Steps for Success, lecture number 2. And